Welcome, viewers of the Awakening Empire. I give you Chapter 5, Mountain of Love. Why are these so accurate? Wait, let me see if I'm on this, she said, flicking the pages. She then kept flicking pages until she saw her own page. Mount Lady, although she seems to be in it for the spotlight, I don't think so. Sure, she might exploit the paparazzi sometimes, but with her quirk, she's bound to cause some destruction, so she obviously lacking financially, so she's seen working more and more to pay for the damages she causes. Which I think makes a great hero. Wow, I would have thought he would have called me a fake. You said, smiling. She decided to close the book and put it back in his bag, when she noticed that it read, No. 13. He has 12 others of these, she thought. Wow, he's such a fanboy of heroes, she smirked. She then heard the bathroom door open. She proceeded to put back the copy in the bag. Izuku walked out with a black tank top on, with some gray shorts on. Thanks for letting me use the shower, Izuku said. Oh, it's no problem since it's my fault. You said. So how was school today? You asked. Well, it was certainly different today, as I threw my old friend on the floor, Izuku said. Wait, what? You said. Well, I put on a little confidence act, and at the heat of the moment, I kinda threw him on the ground. I also called him by his real name instead of his nickname. Izuku said. Wait, stop, I'm confused. You called him your old friend, so you two aren't friends anymore, so why is calling him by his real name an issue? You asked. Well, it's a long story, but I've always called him Kachan because I wanted to show him that I'm not weak and will never back down from his torment or give up. Izuku said. So you still want to be friends with him? You asked. Yeah, I guess I do, Izuku said. Well, tomorrow don't apologize. Just keep being confident in yourself. Instead of staying behind him, run past him. And then he might see you as a strong person, you said. Izuku smiled at that. Yeah, I hope so, he said. The next day, Class 1 was waiting in a room for the sports festival to begin. As they waited, Izuku was sitting on his own when Uraraka approached him. Hey Deku, you nervous? She asked as she sat next to him. Well, not exactly. I have to win this, everything depends on it, Izuku said. Oh really, is it that promise you mentioned before? She asked. Yeah, Izuku said. Uraraka leaned in closer. I really hope you win, she said. Didn't she say I wasn't good enough before? Izuku thought with a blush across his face due to the closeness of Uraraka. What are you doing? Todoroki said. Uraraka looked at him. Oh, we're just friends, she said. Well, you two were dating, so it makes me uncomfortable seeing you both like this, Todoroki said. Todoroki then diverted his gaze towards Izuku. Hey Midoriya, just because you promised someone you'd win, doesn't mean you will. Because some of us can control our quirks, so you can consider this a declaration of war when I say I'm gonna win this. Izuku stood up and stared him in the eyes. Kirishima stepped in and tried to ease the tension. Hey man, you don't gotta respond to that, he said, looking at Izuku. Todoroki, you claim I can't control my quirk, but yet you have never once used your left side ever. So before you try to declare war, I'm just letting you I won't hold back at all, he said, giving off a death glare. Everyone's eyes shot open at that moment. Everyone tensed up after that, even Bakugo. This was gonna be an intense sports festival to say the least, everyone thought.